Alright, but if that's that, I think we can begin.
Yeah, we did it, Ron. It was thanks to Hooray.
Yeah.
And if you guys need to make adjustments, if chat's there, just make an adjustment. Like the game, I bet, might even still be a little too loud, probably, given our quietness.
Yeah, so chat, please do let us know about the audio levels.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard for us to know right now. Alright, but with that, we will start. Garrett says the mic volume up again.
This is a rare case while this game.
Alright.
IKG to the rescue.
As always.
Not always.
Yes, we are gaming.
Gaming?
Yes.
Gaming!
So as this wonderful cutscene is telling us, we have intrepid bounty hunter Samus Aran once again back out to destroy shit in the galaxy. Yes,
That's what she does.
Yeah, we're headed to planet SR-388 to eradicate a bunch of Metroids.
It is quite amazing that this amazing soundtrack came with a pretty awesome free game, too.
Oh my, so true.
And you know what? Doom Eternal's the same situation. Pretty sweet soundtrack, came with a nice free game.
And so, first thing to note about AM2R, for a very long while, Morph Ball is actually the fastest way for Samus to travel.
It's pretty much zero mission to Electric Boogaloo.
I...
Are you guys okay? I'm okay.
Yep, I think we're alright.
Don't worry. This is the worst. Yes. Sorry, viewers, we're in transition mode.
Yep. Alright, I had a little controller setting incorrect, so
How's the input lag for you?
it is slightly larger than it's supposed to be, but we will deal.
But it's still a skill issue.
Yes, it's definitely still a skill issue. Honestly, I think, yeah, it's the input lag from, right, the Bluetooth controller to a TV. But we'll make it work. AM2R is not a terribly difficult game. At least
I would disagree on from a metric perspective. It's on the harder end.
at least for a gamer such as I. It's not. Yeah.
Game.
There's actually a boss in the first like hour of the game is the thing that I'm worried about dying on. And other than that, I'm like really not worried at all. But yeah, chat, how's audio? Everything still looking good? Because again, we are trying to keep it down while we're in here. But yeah, in here we're being introduced to the first Metroid, one of 54.
I
We have
don't
to-
know if I would agree on this being middle of the road. I would say it's a little bit above. But thanks, Friday.
Friday said it's good.
Awesome.
You guys should be in bed. You have early mornings.
Something I'll be using very often in this game is the save feature. Because, contrary to popular opinion, saving is nice in games.
Who says it isn't?
Speedrunners.
It wastes time. That is true.
Yes. No, go.
It's always nice when the game saves for you.
But yes, the really nice thing about this game is that saving refills all of your ammunition and health. In plenty of other games if it's not.
Ron says he's going to stay up to see, because he's very interested to see you speedrun this game. I mean, you did kick ass in Dread, so
Yeah. Thank you guys. Unfortunately, I'm I'm markedly less practiced in this game than I am in
which will make it more
Dread.
interesting.
Yeah. And we also the input lag from this controller to the setup right now is definitely more than I'm used to, but again, we deal. I can't wait to get used to it and then have to unlearn it when I come back to play more of this game.
All right. Yes, since continuing my streak of hot takes, Red over Super Metroid by a mile. Well, not by a mile, but by a decent margin.
Yeah, I certainly. Super Metroid is a very weird game for the modern gamer to start playing because its control scheme is really fairly dated.
Well, you can't test it.
Yeah, I really enjoy playing it. It's just a very different Metroid game. But, everyone has preferences. I myself definitely enjoy playing Dread a lot more than I do Super.
Yes.
Though I've played plenty of Super Metroid randomizers.
I'm just not the biggest fan of playing Super, mostly because I just don't have that much fun playing. At least compared to Dread. Dread's game feel is a little bit more fluid, fast, and just feels so good.
Yeah, Dread really served to streamline a lot of the experience. And for that, a lot of people really like it. I mean, myself included. It's a really fun
I'm not gonna
game.
act like Super doesn't do certain things better, but just overall, I think Dread is a much better game. And AM2R is also like top 3 for me as well.
AM2R is fantastic.
I'm not too huge in Metroid generally, but I did really like AM2R, and it was my favorite one until Dread.
I'm honestly weird about Samus Returns. I do think playing Samus Returns actually made me appreciate Dread a good bit more, but at the same time, playing Dread and going through Samus Returns kind of made me go, made me kind of also appreciate Samus Returns a little bit too. I think it's it's a weird one for me. I really like the game. I don't love it. I used to hate it, but I generally do it. But there are things about it that I don't understand why people hate about it, and then there are things where I kind of get it. I think how linear the game is and how progression works in some cases gets annoying. Like mostly with the fans, like those got annoying for me. I thought the Metroid fights were pretty good, but I think they could have been a lot cleaner. But Dread fixed that extremely well. Like Dread's boss fights are like literally top tier.
Honestly, while I still have several other Metroidvanias to go,
I have been meaning.
Dread, I think, is near the top when it comes to boss fights.
I need to get into like the Egomanias. I know Ron really went through them, and I think we borrowed pretty much all of them from our good friend Vin. We love you, Vin.
Okay.
Yeah, he even managed to get him on our 3DS for us, so that was awesome. Vin is a real one.
I gotta admit, Vom and Morph Ball, the input lag is so visible. It's terrible.
Yeah, I will agree with you, Friday. Well, I need to put more time into Fusion to really grasp if it's that much of a masterpiece, but yes, I will say it is pretty awesome that 3 through 5 are pretty much masterpieces.
It's been a long time since I played Fusion. I need to try that again.
Yeah, Fusion's a fantastic game. Friday's point about Metroid 3, 4, and 5 being arguable masterpieces is really cool, especially from how the perspective of how different they are from one another.
I do think that I know, and here's another incredibly hot take. I genuinely would like to see a Fusion remake. Because I feel like there's so much of that game that felt like it was that if it wasn't limited by the GBA from a control, combat, and mechanical perspective, it really could have been great. Like, especially boss fight wise. Like, I feel like if we could remake that game, it would have been great. I also would have, but like with Mercury Steam originally wanted to remake Fusion, I genuinely think that Sakamoto should have gone with that instead of 2, but I still understand why he had the remake 2.
Josh Belling says hi, Tom.
Oh, hello, Josh. Thanks for joining. Once again, another control issue that I did not set right.
Now that we're settled in a bit, I guess I'll remind everyone that we are dawn of a new day, and we are in support of the Stonewall Community Foundation, which is an organization with a mission towards reducing violence towards LGBTQ+ individuals, and is the leading force in reducing homelessness in these communities. Consider donating by clicking the link below to our Streamlabs page.
And what are our donations?
What? For AM2R? Again, if you manage to get us up to $650, we'll have to go to the optional boss Genesis, which is on the surface of the planet, I believe.
I don't think I've ever fought Genesis. But why would you want to fight a Genesis? It's like, I mean, I agree the Super Nintendo's better, but...
But yeah, AM2R does have an completely optional boss that quite a lot of people will never find. And that's what that goal is for.
So speaking of AM2R, I know you have read, but Tommy or anybody else in chat, has anyone played the Milton Gwazi's follow-up game, Ori and the Will of the Wisps?
Oh yeah.
That is such a success story. And I love the Ori franchise.
Yeah.
I'm not big on the Blind Forest stuff, but Will of the Wisps.
Blind Forest is really good, I think Blind Forest is really good, but Will of the Wisp blows it out. And
Blind Forest.
one of my all-time favorite Metroidvanias, second only to Hollow Knight.
Blind Forest just didn't really do it for me. I played the game and I thought its combat system was weird. And
Rather lackluster.
yeah, and I don't know, its exploration didn't really do it for me. Will of the Wisps was good, but I do feel like it went a little overboard on boss difficulty at times, but other than that, the game was pretty good. I'm still amazed that game runs at 60 FPS on the Switch. Both of them.
Does it really?
Both?
Even
Yeah.
Will of the Wisps.
Yes.
That's very surprising.
Moon Studio literally went back and rebuilt the game to run at 60 FPS on Switch.
That is honestly incredible.
They had a build. I think it was of Will of the Wisps that they showed off. That was like early stages in development. The graphics were potato, and the Switch was running at 20 FPS. But yeah, they pretty much completely recode the game
Which is
and released both of them on a single cartridge.
Josh Uncle says, we all here, Mom and I, can.
yes. So that is my mom and my sister are watching. Fun. Hi
Yeah.
guys. I'm already absolutely dreading what I'm gonna have to do later in the game when the Metroids get actually difficult to fight.
Dreading.
Yeah. Because gosh.
I do remember. I do initially. I think from a soundtrack perspective, Dread is one of the weaker ones, but I actually have grown to appreciate it a bit. On like first viewing or listening to it, you're like, this is kind of weak. But on subsequent playthroughs and kind of listening more on your own, actually good. I mean, there's much better, and it's still rather weak compared to the rest of the series. But I think in a vacuum, it's just great, especially Raven Beast.
Yeah, what people don't really tend to acknowledge about Dread soundtrack is the direction that they chose to go in comparison to a lot of the other Metroid franchise, which Metroid is really stereotypically known for earworm tracks, like with catchy melodies everywhere. And that is absolutely not what they chose to do for Dread. They went for a lot of ambience, a lot of atmosphere, and that's something that many people didn't like.
I still do kind of appreciate it a good bit. I do think. Well, I will say Raven Beast's theme is a bit of an earworm,
Mm-hmm.
but yes.
Serenia is also a fan favorite and a favorite of mine.
Yes, I need to play more Dread. I didn't like get everything, which is nice, but
I only did one playthrough. It was 100%, but I definitely did try to play it
I
again.
had done some quick kills though, like with Experiment.
The Shine
That is so I love it.
the Shine Spark in Dread is like the best the Shine Spark has ever been in the series.
100%. No, not just the Shine Spark. I'm talking like speed boosters in general.
Yeah.
Also, when I did a Dread mode run, I kind of was forced to quick kill Crane and get the bombs early. So I did that. I mean, completing the game on Dread mode was interesting to say the least. It only really made boss fights that quite difficult, but yeah. Oh my god, but doing Ravenbeak flawless was a thing.
This is so awful. Normally I'm able to get 4 shots off in between attacks. I'm getting like 1 or 2. And like the first shot continues to be, you know, one in the ground. I've missed so many missiles.
Middle.
Yeah. Part of it is my, like, I tap left, but it's too short. Finally.
Yes.
Yeah, playing this right now is just giving me a lot of pain because I'm much slower than I normally am. But we play despite that. But yeah, AM2R is, we keep abbreviating it, but AM2R, if you weren't aware, stands for Another Metroid 2 Remake. There was an incredibly long period of time where the only way to play the second Metroid game, which follows the story, it was extremely inaccessible, as a lot of Nintendo games are. And members of the Metroid community began to remake it in several different projects. And this is by far the most popular one of those remakes. Hence, another Metroid 2 remake.
It was in development for a whole decade.
And then the reason why we brought up Ori and the Will of the Wisps earlier is because the developer from this,
Milton Wazi.
yes, Dr. M64, he
Wazi, I think.
yeah, he stopped working on this game to then he stopped working on this game and was hired as a part of Moon Studios.
Well, he did finish the game and he was going to continue support, but Nintendo DMCA'd it out after completion, which was very nice of them. And then Moon Studios picked them up, yeah. And then through community updates, they pretty much fulfilled a lot of what Milton wanted to do.
But yeah, currently we are in the Hydro Station. We started out in the Ancient Temple, or the Golden Temple, now we are here, the second main area of the game. One of my favorite soundtracks in this game.
I like the water facility after you
Yeah,
drain the
the
water.
distribution facility.
After drain the water. Yes. This is a pretty nice remake of Green Brimstone.
There's so much like classic Metroid music in this OST, like hidden in back, like the backing vocals, or like the background instruments. It's so good.
Like that there are a couple of Prime 2 remixes in there.
I think there's only one.
There's a remix of the Chica boss for
Oh yeah, you're right. Do, 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 do. Yeah.
I think there was one more, but I'm blanking on what it was.
It's the boss. It's the boss fight, and then the temple or whatever it's called, whichever temple.
Okay, I can't time this. I need to just spam. Like the input lag. There we go. Okay, come on.
Ron says, I almost forgot how fast Morphball is in this game. Was it at this fast in the GBA games? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't believe so, but Morph Ball in this game, I mentioned it before, but it is straight up the fastest way to travel before you have Speed Booster.
I do know that the original, the intention, the design of this game was to mimic Zero Mission.
Mm-hmm.
Because well, I'm not a huge fan of Zero Mission, another hot take alert, but it was very popular within the Metroid community, and if I remember correctly, that's what really sparked people to really want to see this happen, because when that happened, everyone was like, do Metroid 2. And once we got Radio Silence, the fans took it upon themselves to do it. Projects went nowhere except for Milton's, and he ended up seeing it through, being the only one to. Through crowdfunding and word of mouth, it happened. It's literally the best way I can describe the effect that developing this game had on is the Thanos. What did it cost? Everything. Because it kind of did. The fact that man was even hired by Moon Studios is kind of a miracle.
It's incredible. And it's also a really nice happy success story, because he did get DMCA by Nintendo, and that's not a very good thing, right? It's Nintendo saying, you need to stop your project.
You need to stop updating your project that's finished.
Which for him, it's very nice that it came at the the tail end of development, and so there's a really nicely finished game.
I think he was only able to do one post-launch update before the DMCA.
Yeah, that's the version of the game we're playing on right now, 1.1.
I highly would recommend getting the Community Updater app, which will literally download if you do that, it downloads the game and the latest patch. And it also has mod support. You can download mods from the community and apply them through it. I've done some, they're pretty great.
We've been collecting a bunch of upgrades, as is the usual for Metroid games.
Metroidvania game.
And we are headed to another one.
It is truly a shame, and even Sakamoto acknowledges this, that the Metroidvania scene is mostly an indie genre now. And it is unfortunate that that's the case.
Yeah, but unfortunately, right, this does not seem to be a genre that AAA game developers want to make games for, which is a real shame, because I think the gameplay loop I don't think the gameplay loop in Metroidvania games is like my favorite out of a lot of games. Okay, map. Okay. Relieved.
Wait, wasn't there something to the left of that room?
Was there? I thought so. Oh yeah, it's behind the Chozo statue. Yeah.
I was gonna say my memory is not. My memory, if memory serves, this is where you get.
Yeah, this is Varia.
Fun fact about the Varia suit. In the original Metroid, the difference in design of the Varia suit was literally just a palette swap of the colors. But in Metroid 2, which was developed for a black and white system, Nintendo had to think of another way to convey the Varia suit, and they added the shoulder bumpers to that, while also changing some of the colors around on the suit itself.
I don't know what this one is.
I think it's to the far right.
Yeah, they always change them.
So, and that design would stick into Super Metroid and the rest of the series.
Looks like we got a $50 donation from IPG.
Ooh,
Hey, what are you doing? You got
he's supposed to be asleep.
yeah.
Can we look at the
Does that meet any incentives?
No.
That should reach the having to Genesis.
Yep.
Genesis.
All right. I forget. No, this one's not easily accepted. Let me up.
I find it funny that just touching, being a pixel deep in water slows you down.
Right. Oh gosh. Controller, please. I wish we had like a 4-foot long HDMI cable. Or not a 4-foot, like a 6-foot
Yeah.
USB cable. I can't talk. It's taking all of my brain power to handle the delay, the input lag. Like I really can't wall jump that much.
What about that?
Yeah, I just did some pretty tight movement
The
there.
boy should make an excuse
Yes,
for whenever he fails. Like, don't worry, it wasn't my fault.
So I think I got an E-tank somewhere. So we'll maybe go back and try and find that.
We'll just have to ask Dr. Wiley if he has any in his Maverick stages. Reminder to update the next event text in the Streamlab code.
Yeah, I should have gotten rid of it. So. Yeah, that was one donation incentive, but for $50 more, to force himself to get
Awful.
65% item completion or more.
We're trying, IKG, I swear.
You said that your practice run you tend to get 50%.
Yeah. Input lag is actually a problem on this boss.
You keep making the excuses, yet you're doing just fine.
Doesn't feel
I
fine.
smell something fishy.
The problem is, it feels really bad when you get hit by like every attack that the boss throws at you. Alright, I'm glad that is done. And from it, we get the spring ball, which makes more ball movement a lot nicer.
Ali says the next event still says it's AM2R.
Okay, and Samus. She was just standing there menacingly.
Hmm. Alright. So, what do y'all think is causing them earthquakes?
Oh my god, what is happening? This is absolutely horrendous. I'm not pressing to the right. Maybe it's how I'm jump. I think it's marginally better if I hold my controller like
Ow.
this.
Nice platform.
Okay, maybe this was my problem because this feels a lot better. Oh gosh. Yeah, I think it's looks like it's Evan's PC being in a very odd spot.
I blame everything on his PC.
Well, we had a couple issues with it, you know, at the beginning of this. So it's not entirely blameless, but it's also not entirely to blame either.
Man, how did you change the next event again?
If you in the page to the left of the current active donations, right? You have to load, right? There's a drop-down menu where you find the next event. You load it and then you can change it and save it. Oh,
Ooh, that's a nifty trick.
yeah, the Alpha Metroids,
Are done as rocks.
yeah. You can also do like a stagger thing where you like hit them by shooting like up and to the left or right, and then like stuttering forward. Oh Lord, what just happened in chat? I see you shaking.
Sam is still kicking ass with about 100 milliseconds of lag.
Yeah. She's just that good. Okay. Okay,
Oh
man.
no, they're thinking. They're
Can't be
dodging.
me now.
We can't have this.
I don't need to conserve health at this point. There's actually a really convenient E-tank pickup nearby, but I do need to conserve missiles a little, because if you waste too many, that's like the only way to damage Metroids. So, Albalang. Come up here, there's a lovely E-tank. And that refills just a little bit. Jump. Jump, Samus.
Oh, Samus.
Here. Don't go there.
Yes, go there.
He's like one more shot. All right. And so that is all of the Metroids done for this area, or is it? Yes, this is the first Gamma Metroid, the Metroid Evolution. For this one, at least, you can kind of usually it'll get baited into this little like red tube, and it's not right now.
You idiot.
Yeah. Trying to use setups with input lag. Garbage. Alright. There we go. That was almost problematic.
No.
But I didn't run out of missiles. And I failed to jump on these problem blocks.
What do we theorize? What's causing these earthquakes? What do you think, chat?
This game actually has like sort of lore scans that you get automatically when you encounter certain things, and I think there is one for the earthquakes.
There is.
Oh yeah.
I forget what it said though.
Well, yeah, I don't remember the exact flavor text behind it, but the earthquakes themselves, for those who aren't aware, they happen whenever you kill all of the Metroids in a certain area that you're in. So that was the final Metroid in this area that I needed to beat, and I did. And that unlocks the next area of the game. Progress in this game is like through this like central blue shaft, like in the middle of the screen. It's a bunch of caverns, and they end up branching out all across the map. But you always have to return to like this central shaft in order to progress. And as you go down, eventually you'll hit lava, and then you need to explore to the Golden Temple. Then you kill all the Metroids there. It lowers the lava, and you come here. Kill all the Metroids here, you lower the lava, so on and so forth. So really, the entire goal of this game is to kill the Metroids in the individual areas, which allows you to progress down the main central part of the map, which is right here. Yes, like this little area that I'm in right now was entirely encased in lava when we got here the first time. Just like here.
Where did lava go?
Down. Lava go down.
Why though?
Reasons. I don't know why the Metroids getting killed triggers the lava, but it do.
Metroid Queen be throwing a fit.
Lovely Skip says, keep trying to join your Discord, but it keeps kicking me out. I'm not sure why I would be doing that.
Yeah, I put it in staff general.
Yeah, hopefully someone else, someone over there can help you with it.
Will you wall jump, Samus?
No.
Oh wow, it really is. If I just like fully extend my arms, I'm fine.
Yeah, its chair just goes a little closer.
Because I know other people were in the gamer pose for a little. They were too far in the gamer pose, and it was off the camera. But yeah, like really, if I fully extend my arms and put my controller all the way out there, it's like fine. Mostly fine.
Contain your gamer pose.
Samus does a reverse Anakin Skywalker and causes the lava to go down instead of up. True. Well, Obi-Wan is partly to blame for that.
Well, unfortunately, I'm going to be going into a boss fight with a whole E-Tank less than I wanted. So,
But you have a nice amount of missiles.
I have an extremely nice amount of missiles right now. For this portion of the fight, I'm going to disable Wave Beam. It's a little bit of additional damage towards Torizo. Somehow. Or we can continue to use Charge Beam for ages.
Charge Beam is pretty based.
But yeah, Yes, this is the only boss, and at least before now, this was the only boss in this entire run that I was worried about dying to. So I'm extra worried about dying to it right now.
The boss that has that Shaco remix.
Yeah, the music in this boss fight is really good.
Yeah, Metroid Prime games usually have pretty good soundtrack.
Okay, do a thing. Okay, I was not ready for the thing.
Do the thing. Okay, I wasn't ready.
He also didn't do the right thing. The thing that... yeah. Yeah, there's a different attack that's a lot easier to get health from.
You did it!
Yes, I did.
There is totally not a second phase. Wait a minute.
You sort of see it coming because of the music selection.
What?
Because Chaika was also a 2-phase fight that has sped up version in the second phase.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's from Prime 2 itself as well.
Well, yeah, but it's a remix of it, so like you could predict that it would have a second phase because of that.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
I very much need him to do that while I'm ready. This is the problem. All of my jump inputs are being eaten. Okay, we were not supposed to morph. We did. This is going to be a very long fight.
You're doing great.
We're staying alive. Arming missiles. And health.
Wait, farming? What is this, Metroid 1?
Okay.
Is it wrong to call Metroid 1 a farming simulator?
Probably. At least you wouldn't. I don't want to, but that's probably true.
I mean, Prime 2 soundtrack is good, but I prefer 1's on. But you are a Prime 2 star.
Okay, can we land?
Nice. Nice.
Oh my god. That is probably the longest I've ever taken on that fight in my life. But... oh my god, dude. I'm very happy I did not die to that.
Yeah, me too.
We were, I was worried. I was worried for the entire phase 2.
Skill. Do.
Oh, I do go here. Not bad. Ooh. That was something. I won't say what.
It was a boss fight.
It was
It was the boss fight of all. I don't know if Milton
we
did
can
this
talk
at some
about
point
that.
or community updates, but I think for that Metroid specifically, they did improve the hitbox of the weak spot.
Yeah, sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't.
I forget if it was Milton himself or one of the community updates that did it. What are those arrows?
What are those
Tommy?
blocks?
Tommy, what are those arrows?
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out.
Hmm.
Um,
So, Red, what is our next donation say?
Well, if we reach $700, you'll have to get 65% or more items. But for
we might be a little relaxed on that one, considering the fact that I'm at like less than 50% playing capacity. But we'll still shoot for it. Okay.
you know, for $20 more, we can
Yeah.
then, for 5 minutes, disable a ability of your choice.
Jumping.
Oh,
Has to be one that you can disable in the menu.
Jumping. No, you can do it in the menu. You just disable the jump button.
Has to fireball everywhere.
so I was supposed to come here first.
Oh, Red, the stream category is under Zelda right now.
We'll learn. Eventually.
Thank you, Friday, for pointing that out.
Yeah, and so it's from the Twitch window proper in the browser.
Actually, you changed that before we left. I'm looking
Oh, wait.
at it now. It says AM2R.
Oh, Wait, didn't he-
he?
didn't Evan change it?
Yeah, I saw him change it.
Huh.
And
Okay.
Maybe Friday's just tapping or maybe tripping. I don't know.
I hit edit stream info category. AM2R return status.
Friday's lying. How dare you?
Maybe you need to refresh Friday.
God.
The coordination is still not there. So this really is looking like a casual playthrough. Yeah, so we have the speed booster now, a very very well-known item in Metroid. Allows Samus to do her signature Shine Spark. And we're just going to ignore all of these enemies because they take a million hits. Or
They're
do I?
poo-poo enemies that deserve to be ignored.
Let me into the world, please. Alright, thank you, game. This is another relatively nice Alpha Metroid fight, until that happens.
They're getting smarter.
Unfortunately, they are. But we have a nice band-aid over here in the form of an E-tank. I believe there's, yeah. But yeah, this is... we were talking about it earlier, closer to the beginning of the stream, but I very heavily speedrun Metroid Dread. I have I play like Super Metroid very often, so I have like a generally high standard in these games that like I hold myself to and like my ability to play them, which is part of what's kind of frustrating about this playthrough right now, because it's
You're handicapped.
I'm handicapped by the controller, and that's not usually something that happens.
We blame Adam. It's his fault.
But it's perfectly fine. This is just closer to a like I said, a casual playthrough than we were originally expecting, and so that works just fine. It's still a great game regardless.
Red, what game are you playing next?
Next up is Noita. Is a rather interesting roguelike.
Ooh.
Noida is a fantastic game.
Well, you played it too?
Yes, I've played quite a lot of Noida. Not
Oh.
anywhere good enough to, play it on stream.
Hmm.
But I
You
I love
probably
it.
be better than me.
Maybe.
I played a bit of it, but like I've never gotten to it.
Mm,
Honestly, it's rare I get past the first snow area.
well, Noida is a very fun game. And rather unique, rather very unique for a roguelite. Roguelike, I never remember the difference. One of them has permadeath stuff, the other doesn't.
I think there shouldn't be two different names. The differences don't really matter.
Yeah, like the only appreciable difference between the two is that one of them you keep items from run to run, so the permadeath isn't totally perma. And then the other is it's completely fresh. Which is a slightly helpful distinction, but not good enough to
Yeah. I think
know.
like that distinction is good enough to mention, but to create a whole new genre name for it, I don't think so.
right, especially one that trips people up constantly, even people who have played a ton of games in it.
Dr. Manicus, I'm torn between getting sleep and staying up to watch Noidas.
Yeah,
Wait,
he
how do
also
you say it?
he also
Noida.
played Noita.
Noida. Uh-oh. They swear.
Yeah, Noita.
It's funny because I just kind of like stumbled on a video of the game on YouTube. Was like, that looks cool, and put it on my wish list. Showed it to Colin. He got it like almost immediately when I showed it to him, and it took me a little while before I actually got it for myself.
Is it on the PC?
Yeah, I think it might only be on PC.
I don't think it's on console in any form.
Can you
it's
skip
really
this?
hard. I don't believe that you can skip this sequence whatsoever.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it is a really cool.
Oh wait, I thought that was a cutscene. That was you.
Oh, yeah, no,
doing it.
no,
I
no,
feel
no.
stupid.
Yeah, no, this
At
is
first I thought it was like a demonstration. That's my bad.
this is wait, the event that leads up to Samus collecting her signature super missiles in this game, in a really unique
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
fashion, right? It's the first time it's been done in a Metroid game.
Dr. Maniacus, I think the furthest I've gotten is the Vault. The wiki for Noida is also missing a lot of info.
Yeah, the wiki in Noida is not as developed as plenty of other games, but it's not inflating alright. It's an incredible game, and there's an incredible amount of detail in it already. But Noida has so many possibilities, period. In regards to what, I don't need to specify because it's everything.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll get more
a
into
nice
it when-
preview of the game from Red.
Yep.
Oh, no.
We'll get more into that when we are playing. So
Alright. And hopefully I don't die here again.
Honestly, it just might as well be from Noida you two commentating because I have no idea what the game is. But I know a good amount of Metroid stuff and AM2R stuff.
Which is fine.
and honestly, you're just gonna see me die a lot. So
I'll
Yeah.
just be like watching a Dark Souls run.
It
You're the one doing the Elden Ring bingo, right?
yes, I am.
Oh, that's gonna be.
I'm-
I actually can't wait to see that.
I've practiced it quite a bit. I have a ton of hours in Elden Ring, so I'm so hyped for
If
it.
I forget if I'm on couch for Elden Ring, but if I am, I think I'm just gonna save a lot of the From Software topic
Please do, I welcome it.
because I'm not going to say, because I have a hot take regarding Elden
Oh,
Ring. It's
we're gonna not talk about that.
I mean, I acknowledge it's a great game in its own right. I just, God, its bosses and endgame pain me. which is disappointing because we all right. It wasn't fine. Well, one last thing. I think it is. I don't know what happened with the boss quality. It just feels like Sekiro bosses, but in the wrong combat engine. And Sekiro's bosses are like some of the best ever. So I don't know what happened. But we'll continue that whenever he's playing.
We'll continue during the game itself.
Oh yeah, how is that gonna work? Are you just gonna like start a fresh file, or do you need to be somewhere?
No, I'm going to start with a completely fresh file. I have a list of bingo objectives, and we're going to use the Bingo Sync website to generate a randomized bingo board for it. I'm extremely looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'd like to see a Bloodborne one, but I think that game's probably too linear for that, or maybe or something. I don't know.
It's definitely the easiest to do in Elden Ring. Yeah, it's definitely the easiest. It's definitely the easiest to do in Elden Ring because of how open the game is. Like you can. I often spend like the first hour of a bingo sometimes without having beaten a boss. Not always, but depending on the board that you get, sometimes it's just there's just a ton of setup, and you just don't have to beat a boss till then. Yeah. All right, there is a hole up here in the wall. Wow.
Are you excited for Armored Core next month?
I'm very excited for Armored Core.
That'll be my first Armored Core game. Watch it be the sleeper game of the year.
Would be fun. There we go. Did I get it?
You might have.
Apparently I got it already. I don't remember doing that. But, alright.
Dr. Mania Kiss says there are so many levels of gameplay depth to it than it appears at first glance, and I think they're referring to Noida.
By the way, it's pronounced Maniacus.
Maniacus, okay. Oh yeah, that's Colin, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Colin.
I do think I have forgotten the super missile pickup. Forgot about that. Yeah, super missiles in this game are extremely important. You deal like 1,000,000 damage with them.
Is it like 5 times damage?
Yes, it's 5 times damage. And enemy enemy weaknesses in this game against the Metroids are really difficult to hit at times. Which is why I need pretty much all the super missiles that I can get, like in terms of max capacity. Alright, you're gonna be a pain. Yeah, these enemies, almost everyone will try and skip them because they have way too much health. But yeah, there is a Shine Spark puzzle in... It's one room with a big diagonal that I forget where the item pickup is. So we're gonna find it. Ever the casual playthrough. Alright, save here. Yes, I should have 4 missiles while going.
Well, hey, on the bright side, at least we get to listen to some nice Metroid Prime 2 music.
We do. Yes, and that is very much an area that this game excels. You made a joke about it, but it is really almost as if you've gotten a soundtrack.
A free game with your soundtrack.
Right. Am I missing it down here?
Honestly, at this point, I would just say
Oh, there it
maybe,
is.
maybe get a chair and just put yourself closer if it's getting too much of a hassle.
Oh, for that issue at least, that was just me forgetting where the entrance to this item pickup was. Yeah. Oh, and that was something that I lost my train of thought while I was playing before. But generally, when I'm playing a game like this, I feel a lot more practice. But for AM2R, I've only beaten this game a handful of times,
Yeah.
and I practiced it like 3 times for the event.
Yeah. Doom Eternal is going to be a much more of a casual playthrough because it's not that long, but with RE2 and 4, I feel so much more practiced in RE2, and that's because I probably have like double the hours of that game compared to 4, but with 4, it's new, it's longer. It's only a few months old.
Yeah.
I was discovering new stuff. I actually discovered new stuff in a backup track for one of the more frustrating and punishing parts of the game last night while trying to get a fresh front end, which was nice. I'll have to remind myself to set it up so I'm not restarting in like a madman. But I will go way more into my thoughts on those Resident Evil games whenever the time comes, which I think will be tomorrow night.
Were you playing, or did you ever get to do scope clip before, or scope warp before it was patched?
What's that? Oh, it's ever used to scope and clip. I'm doing no major glitches.
Oh, it's patched currently.
Oh,
I
then
but-
I have the game digitally, so that would be an issue anyways.
But yeah, I was aware of that glitch in Resident Evil 4 Remake. And it was pretty cool. Right? You can clip out of bounds by using Leon's,
Yes, I saw.
just really cool.
Yeah, I didn't want to go crazy with glitches. I just mostly wanted it to be cute. You know, and I know RE2 isn't very glitch. Like those runs aren't glitching.
Meanwhile, for me and Elden Ring, and before the end of this marathon, there are quite a few exploits I'm gonna take advantage of in that bingo. It's a very difficult and very big game.
Brian wants to know what are our thoughts on getting the space jump so early in AM2R compared to other games.
I think it's really cool. I like it, honestly.
I honestly do kind of like how in Dread you get them more fall pretty late normally. I mean, it's not late, but it's like for Metroid standards, very late.
Right.
And I think I kind of like that. And it does, and you know what? Sakamoto saying that Dread is going to be the end of the Samus Aran arc kind of makes me both excited and kind of sad. I don't know where they're gonna go from.
Yeah, I'm really. It makes me excited. I'm like really curious to see where Metroid as a whole is going to go from here on out.
Federation Force 2.
Oh, please no.
What do you mean? The game is fine. I mean, why else would it have a petition for it to be canceled?
Why? Because people love it so much.
No, unironically, IKG played it, and he said, in a vacuum, the game is good. It's a nice little multiplayer co-op shooter that you can have a lot of fun with. But I can understand the enragement of, oh, we're getting this instead of a new Metroid games after Other M, and then you hear that Next Level Games, who made Federation Force, literally were working on a 2D Metroid game. And Nintendo said, oh, cancel it, make this co-op shooter. So yeah,
Right.
I even saw somebody said they're going to use this game's failure as an excuse to pretty much kill the Metroid series.
Which
And then looking back now at the fact that Dread exists makes me laugh so hard.
right, it's all the more amazing.
The fact that Dread exists is something I just can't really believe still. Like when that E3 reveal dropped, the pop off moment was it being called Drip.
Right.
Like Metroid 5, I'm like, yeah, I kind of knew this was coming, and I'm very happy to see it. It's called Drip. Oh,
Right.
now I'm going insane.
Right. That's how you separate like not the true Metroid fans from the fake Metroid fans, but it's like you know what era of Metroid fan you're dealing with based on their reaction to that name.
I got into Metroid like 10 years ago, so I don't know what you're doing.
No, I'm saying that's why. Like you can tell that you're a more classic Metroid fan because you've heard the name Dread before.
Yeah, I know I knew the Dread lore for a good bit. Way before.
Right, and a newer fan to the series at that point,
Would be like, oh, that's a cool name.
which is true, but it's just like, wait, you mean the Dread?
Dread is. No, this would have been a great marketing point. Dread is real. Like, just make that the tagline. Dread is real. Or something like that. That would have been great.
Right. It is very difficult to remember to keep my arms out in front of me. It's fine. One slightly unfortunate thing about this game, I only really have two complaints with it at all. The first is the Metroid AI. It's kind of wonky. It's really difficult to fight them. Like you kind of have to have a solid setup before you fight any of the like in order to fight the majority of the Metroids. Otherwise, it really just feels like, oh, I'm face tanking a million hits of damage, which is like what I've been doing this whole time. But yeah, it's that or you have a setup that like makes it just like stun lockable, which is unfortunate. And something else is the spider ball is like really not used that much. There are not a lot of spider ball only like puzzles, which is something that's very different in Samus Returns. That game, what's that? Samus Returns has you go a much larger portion of the game needing to use the spider ball. That's like your main method of traversal to get to like new areas. Whereas in this game, it's like helpful for a couple of puzzles, but then, like Friday had mentioned before, you kind of get space jump, and then it's like not really needed anymore. So pro and con of space jump being so early in the game.
We still have 27 viewers.
That is quite surprising for my mediocre Metroid gameplay. Glad to...
But the game's not mediocre, which is what
Oh, yeah.
matters.
That is very true. So we have yet
For me,
another...
it's saying 12.
What?
On here it says 12, but on the phone it, you know. Oh, now that updated to 12.
Another super missile puzzle. This one stopped me a while I was on my casual playthrough. It's a very difficult super missile to get because the just the area that like you start like there's a crumple block wall that you have to get on top of, and the entrance it's really difficult to find.
Yeah, now it says 12.
I mean, it's getting later, so.
Very expected.
I never really considered like 10 o'clock that late. Well, it is a Monday night.
Yeah, it's a Monday.
But we still had a pretty good start to it.
Now, didn't Evan say this would be the only night where we would have to keep our voices down at night?
I think so. Well, we're gonna, in general, we're going to want to keep a little quiet because Evan will be sleeping here at this time every
cares
night.
about his.
But yeah, in general, we do want to like kind of be respectful of the space and not like screaming. But but otherwise, we're pretty fine.
Yes.
Okay. I have forgotten some area because I'm supposed to have 3 more Metroids to kill, and I do not.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm probably back towards the main area of the complex. But yes, that Metroid
Yeah.
count is supposed to be 0.
Now, considering Red's event is a roguelike, I have a feeling that's just gonna, you probably going a little over is gonna probably not be a big deal. Because of
Yeah,
how
that
much-
one's gonna just, shift depending on it. So we can still start doing it at the right time if this goes over.
And to be fair, I got a 2-hour time slot, and Doom Eternal, like, my runs take like 90 minutes of, and just still iterate on doing DLC 1, not the actual full game. I think the full game would probably be like 2 times as long.
Yeah, I'm not terribly worried about going over, honestly. I don't think I've been up here in a while. It's not where I'm supposed to be.
I think that's that Shine Spark puzzle room.
There's a power bomb there. Power bomb block.
Yeah, I think it involves power rolling and Shine Sparking. Or
Mhm.
at least speed booster.
Was it over here? I don't.
At least I think I remember being something like that.
Oh. Oh yeah. This is the area that I forgot. I forgot that there was an entire additional area of the tower of the industrial complex that I needed to go to. But yeah, I'm not terribly worried about going over. Mostly because my big practice runs for this, I have plenty of extra time here, and it's not that much of a problem if I do go over. We'll figure it out. This Metroid is trying to give me a hug too much. There we go. I guess that's a good plan.
Mhm.
Yes.
Good.
There's slightly more input lag here than I would have liked, but nothing you can fix.
I'll have the same tomorrow, right?
Woo!
Good night.
Yeah, good night, Evan. Okay, so that is 1 Metroid down. I'm still missing 2.
He startled me when he came to my field of view. I was like,
I got a little wall jump. I don't think there are Metroids in the corner of this room. Alright, we jump.
Colin says the thing about Noida time-wise is bad. The thing with Noida time-wise is a bad run can last minutes, but a good run can last over an hour.
I don't think I'm gonna have any runs go that long. Unless they give me a ridiculous flaw.
Is there just a part of the distribution facility I didn't go to? Yeah, I'm trying to visualize like the full map in my mind right now. And we're gonna pull up a map.
I already got you.
I know you do. Yeah. Oh, there was. How did I forget that? Forgot one. I missed one in the underground area, which I think there was two in that room. Huh. Thank you for the map. Yeah, so in the
In the underground, where?
it's this one. And my controller disconnected.
Light should be on. There we go.
It's on now. Oh dear. Out of curiosity, if I that does not help. I'm not holding what?
Oh no.
What just
She's
happened?
just standing there. Menacing.
The game slowed down. My inputs are not registering. Did they? Huh. That's nice.
You just want to look at chair there.
Yeah, I might just play off stream. Sit like right here.
I can move the camera.
It's still not helping. Awesome. Yeah, we're still. It's fine for the moment. Again. We love it. I might move slightly closer. Right now, this is okay. But no. I might real quick plug it in. Bluetooth to wireless. Or go from Bluetooth to wired.
Is it gonna be long enough?
It's actually not my cable. It's longer than my cable. This should fit. Hopefully I do not invite issues by doing this.
Chair right here.
Yeah. So connected by Bluetooth. Oh. No maps. That's not gonna work. No. I am going to wait for the Bluetooth controller to time out.
Can't you just
Oh.
turn it off?
It's not.
Wasn't it hold the share button and the PlayStation?
That's to, that's, to do that is to like pair a new, to pair a controller.
How's the input right now?
I think it's better.
Okay.
So, okay. I have a bunch of slack here. Aha. Oh. The input problem back. Yeah, I don't think it's actually wired at the moment. Like we're still connected by Bluetooth. Yeah, it's still connected by Bluetooth. But it is physically wired. So we will stand here and wait for it to work. Yeah. Apologies for the issues. It really did just decide to turn off. Yeah, apologies for the issues, but things happen.
Usually I like wired controllers.
Yeah, I normally play wired, but because of how far we are... Did I just die? I did not die, but I can move to the right.
I missed the start of it. What happened?
Samus went through the door to the right, even though I didn't press anything on the controller. And the game was really slow. Alright, so yeah, that looks like that should work now. It did turn off.
Yeah, you have to hold the PlayStation button for 10 seconds.
But if you just type... Alright, yeah, we
You
should...
should be very good.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for that one.
I knew there was a way to shut up.
Right. I knew it. I knew there was one as well, but it was just not behaving. So now
I
everyone.
don't want to risk putting
I
a
know.
non-fold-up chair through here and all that. So I'll just take the couch for now. And I
No, we are chilling right now, I think.
You're gonna get a lovely shot of the back of your head. Yeah.
Well, that is all right, because I think everyone would usually rather see the game than see in all of my face, so we're good. But yes, the input lag is now slightly better. By slightly, I mean greatly.
It's actually wired this time.
Right. Yeah. And here is one of the Metroids that I forgot to handle the first time. Behave. He's not behaving. There we go. Now, something very nice about this game that they kept from Prime, one of the many nice quality of life things that they kept from Prime, is by holding Charge Beam, you kind of suck up items to Samus.
didn't Dread include this again.
Dread does have it, but Dread also has just like a really large,
Magnet.
yeah, like a normal magnet. So it's not that noticeable in comparison to a different game like this, where it really is like a one-to-one collision. You either go through the item or you don't. But that's why the charge is so helpful, because you no longer need to just go through everything, all the items that you want to pick up. Oh man. Okay, wall jump, please. No. There we go. All right. Yes, this is feeling definitely better than it was before. You love
Now
to see
it
it.
will be skill issue.
Now it will be a skill issue when I mess up something.
The shackles now come off.
The handicap is gone.
You are about to see more than 0.25% of my power level. So yeah, so that was the industrial complex that we just spent a larger amount of time than necessary in. And we are now headed to the research site, which is the location of a prior expedition to this planet, SR 388. It didn't go so well. Bless you. No. Man, every once in a while, I just try and like kill one of those enemies, and then they don't they don't get hit, and it
Oh
makes me
yeah,
feel like a
this is
fool.
where Genesis is. I would do the Star Trek voice, but I don't want to wake anybody because
Yeah, good plan. Oh wow, Metroid jump scare, crazy.
I thought Fusion was the horror game.
Nope, not anymore. Alright, come up.
You know what would be really great? A Metroid Dread remake on the DS.
That would be pretty cool.
Because you could probably just make the game how Sakamoto originally wanted to.
Right. And especially because, like, now people have um the the game knowledge or the game development knowledge to be able to optimize the game and write in such a way that you would be able to program it here on the DS. Right. It would definitely still be difficult and would require a lot of optimization, but I think that would be really fun to see. Because I know like the Bloodborne PS1 remake,
Oh yeah,
that is such a cool game. Wow. That owes not to Bloodborne, that was to I don't have any super missiles and can't progress. It was great because 5 seconds ago I thought about saving and then was like, no, I'm good. There's nothing that important that I need to fight down here. And then it was, oh, you need a super missile to go past that. But yeah, this segment of the game is rather interesting because so far the gameplay loop, right, has been kill the Metroids, go to the new big area. Kill the Metroids, go to the new big area. But now there's actually a little bit of back and forth here, where we're in these like tunnels in between areas. I should be using Speed Booster here.
Vroom, vroom.
We zoom in.
You be zooming.
Yeah, I'm not familiar enough with the general layout of the game in order to do a lot of the Speed Booster and Shine Spark tech. But I've taken a look at an any percent run of this, and the stuff that they do with Shine Spark and Speed Booster in this game is ridiculous. Like while you're traveling between the areas, it's they keep it the whole time. They conserve on every slope possible and hit every angle, and it's so cool to see because so much of the time like the so much of the playthrough in this game is running between the different areas, right? You need to get the items, run between the different areas. But the players of this game have the movement so down to a science that Shine Spark is just like permanently active the whole time and you're zooming through everywhere.
Zooming.
Yeah, the speed booster is active through everywhere. It's just again, it boggles my mind. It's like crazy some of the stuff that they're able to do. Alright, so we'll get this save station. I almost didn't. But with how the rest of tonight has been going, save station. we we take those.
Well, knock on. Well, you haven't died yet.
Yes. I really did I really was being truthful when I said that I was most worried about the Torizo fight. And like you saw how difficult that was, especially with the input lag. um but that was the like pretty much the only fight that I was really worried on. Like even the final boss of this game is not quite a gimmick boss, but is very straightforward once you know how to deal with it. So I did not expect to die anywhere else other than during that Torizo fight. And these wonderful like green blobs here that just slow you to I don't even know why you're that slow. But you are when you go through them.
There's that dense.
But yeah, so back to the super missiles thing. They do I think it's 5 times the damage of a normal missile in this game, but honestly, it feels like more because you defeat like those gamma metroids in generally 2 super missile shots. Like that one died in 2, and that's again because of how like jank the Metroid AI in this game is. It takes a while to kill Metroids, as you've been seeing. Like sometimes they don't want to behave and they don't give you any openings, and you're just like, well, I'm gonna get hit like 5 times now before I get my next shot off.
Josh is using your voice as white noise for sleep.
Well, I'm glad my voice is relaxing enough to be able to do that. I certainly don't try to have a grating voice or anything, but
You should do ASMR.
oh man, that is a slippery slope. Yeah, I have a friend of mine from college. He uses like white noise and some ASMR to get to bed, and like he always does it like every night, and that's just not something that I do.
Yeah.
But it works so well for him, and some people just enjoy it.
Looks like the nightlight went on for the display.
Uh,
That might be just on the computer itself. Where it eliminates a lot of the blue colors.
oh yeah, the slightly warmer tones.
I did notice it was looking a little oranger.
Yeah, my laptop has one and I use it, but I'm a little surprised this computer has one too.
Right, usually you don't see that on a desktop. I think left is the save station, yes. Right, we are going to drop my phone,
Wonderful.
and I'm going to take a drink of water. Yes, it is very taxing. Yeah, and so now we have that little jump scare in the research site with the Metroids. Got ourselves a nice 8 super missiles currently, and we are
Did you
headed.
fight Genesis or are you not there yet?
No, not there yet. Yeah, you can fight Genesis once you have power bombs, but I am going to wait until right before the final boss, like right before the
Okay.
yeah, right before
Queen Metroid.
mhm. Right before we get to the genetics lab. No, I fell. Come on, game. Like I needed those. But yeah, we have arrived in what is widely considered to be the favorite area in this game.
The tower.
This is the tower, and I
I remember the tower from the original.
I absolutely agree. This is definitely my favorite area in the game. Um, I think it's really cool, and the music in this area is also
It's
fantastic. Well, we'll see. Tommy, don't spoil. But yeah, so the tower is very interesting in that we come around the back. All of these doors are locked, and we have to go in through that little crack in the building in order to actually progress. There's a little power bomb block, so wow, I wonder what we might be getting here.
We're gonna be getting more super missiles.
Yes, true. The power bomb block that appeared just above where Samus is, that little circle, the item, is a super missile. I will be coming back for it. Over here.
Apparently, we don't have any game audio.
It might also be quiet right now.
It might be because you plugged in the PS4 controller and it tends to mess with
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I should have waited before doing this.
I think on the PC side you would have to change main audio output to um it because it probably made the main audio output the controller itself. Because I know I've had issues with
Yeah,
that
there
with
it
the
is.
DualSense. There it is.
Realtek is what I have on my computer. Are you picking up game audio from the capture card now?
Yeah, no, well that's what I'm saying. So let's
Oh yeah, so it also might AM2R might also just not have any audio right here. You see it now? Okay. Then it's probably the end video audio. Oh yeah, there we go. I hear it in the TV now.
Yeah, I'm getting it. So
yeah,
Wait,
and that's
seconds.
whenever we were doing the Sonic Shuffle straight, as soon as I plugged my DualSense in my controller, I couldn't hear anybody. And
Yeah, I don't know how. I think I was just so relieved about, getting the.
I can hear it now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's so loud now in the room, but I think I was definitely more relieved at fixing the controller issue that you just like didn't notice,
yeah,
which is all of us, and that's fine. Um,
Thanks for letting us know. Bowen.
yes, thank you so much. It would have been a while, I think, before we realized otherwise.
Yeah, we're just trying.
at least managed to solve it on like
I think
last
you can
event
barely
where
hear it.
I had an audio issue in Luigi's Mansion and couldn't fix it. So that was all like muted the entire time.
I think Colin is saying he can barely hear the actual the game audio now.
It should be the same volume that it was before.
The zapping sounds are loud enough, but everything else is super quiet. Yeah, this game has some really wonky sounds. I think this is an underappreciated boss in Metroid as a whole.
Yes, this boss is the tester, and
I really do love this boss.
I know I struggled a lot in my initial playthrough of AM2R on this fight.
Me too.
But now that now that I'm more practiced at the game, I love it a lot.
Such a creative. I think it's such a creative boss that tests you on some actually really interesting stuff.
Right? Wow, it's called the tester. Crazy. But it really does it. You have to use pretty much all of Samus's offensive abilities, like other than the Shine Spark in this fight.
Yeah, movement, positioning, your air mobility. Yeah, this is a pretty underrated boss. The most important thing is non-existent. The music.
Yes, that's why something I was going to mention was the music in the tower. It's my favorite track in the game.
Like I said, I prefer the facility, the water place. The one with, the water.
Yeah, the distribution facility is what you're referring to.
The later.
Yes. Yeah, there's Hydro Station at the beginning, and then the distribution facility later on.
That's my favorite area with my favorite music. Also, I wanted to tell this to other people, but honestly, this is more of a derived from the original game, but Metroid's theme sounds a lot like Godzilla's theme. I don't know if that was intentional.
I think it was. I think I remember reading online at some point that was the case.
In Super Metroid, some of the bosses had just some Godzilla roars.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but this game is inspired by Alien.
But yes, now that we have turned the power on, we can get to the item that was so tantalizingly put in front of us, Plasma Beam. Yes, and they were extremely kind. They were extremely kind to put a bunch of these really annoying enemies in this room.
Test out plasma.
Exactly. You test out the plasma beam and you're like, wow, I can actually kill these things instead of, you know, needing to take a million shots or whatever. Oh, let me up, let me up.
Let me in.
See, that was a skill issue. You know, trying to wall jump immediately after a screen transition is just really difficult. And I managed to miss 5 super missile shots.
You know, plasma beam really is nice, but if we get $100, you know, have been turning off for 5 minutes.
Oh no. Red brings up a good point.
Get on that column.
Oh god. So I'm shooting myself in the foot by saying this, but by the real thing that I would hate to have turned off is Ice Beam.
Can I
That actually might. I don't think I can kill the true Metroids in the genetics lab without Plasma Beam.
You mean I
Or yeah, without Ice Beam.
Right, with the traditional prism and missile.
Yeah. Ice Beam is very helpful for the Queen Metroid fight. Not necessary, but very helpful. But for those Metroids before it, I think it's necessary. Alright. You're going to tank a lot of damage from this guy, hoping that he will look at me like that. Because again...
Wow.
Yeah, so this
He is reading you like a book.
This boss has like input reading. I swear, they pull a FromSoft with those slashes.
No,
I
they
think
just,
even
they
do
just
that.
got Ed Boon to do the AI
I
for
think they actually
everything.
do that with like the previous ones when they dodge you.
Yeah, they just got Ed Boon to do it.
Something I forgot is whenever they turn around, they always do like a claw attack, and I kind of forgot about that.
I really like the sprite work on the Metroids.
I really like their animation work.
Yeah, once again, like, I criticize the Metroid AI in this game, and, you know, like, the amount of stuff that Spider Ball is used for, but that's, like, honestly, like, my only criticisms of this game at all. Everything else is fantastic. The art across the board is amazing. The sound effects, the music, the general layout of the world and the areas that they designed are very interesting. And they knocked it out of the park with this game.
Nailed it.
So yeah, this room in this cavern, there are... the room that the tower is in, rather, has just a bunch of these pockets of Metroids.
We just got a donation.
Oh no. Oh yes, but oh no.
How do I check the donation message?
There's a Streamlabs window in the taskbar on the bottom right. The blue stream or the white Streamlabs. There should be a pop-out Streamlabs window on the right.
Okay. Yeah, $20 by the Formula Lobster. Messing up.
No. Oh, thank you, Luke.
Didn't specify what thing to turn off.
No. But he did say mess me up. Did that meet a goal though? It did, right?
Yeah,
It did? Wasn't...
for turning something off.
Well, I can...
Well, if you want to say what you want to be turned off in the chat, otherwise, I can just. Otherwise, I'm just going to default to plasma beam.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
So
so
what's
then...
base shot?
That would be mean.
No. 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 That would be rude.
Okay, unironically, I would actually go with 3.
Right now.
There's a lot of things you can do.
But yeah, so the Formula Lobster is one of my friends from college, and he was my roommate for
Oh my god.
like 2 years.
These boxes.
Yeah, so the spikes here do a lot of damage. I tried to be fast with it, but I was out of super missiles entirely, which I didn't remember. So I needed to real quick.
Can I turn off the jump button?
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Can't turn off the jump button,
Oh,
but you
Luke.
can turn off the space jump.
Where's space jump? Dear Lord. I can't jump anywhere now.
You have to wall jump now.
I do have to. I did.
Okay, so
Which my wall jump is fine, but I did want to come over here. I want to save, get more.
He said, "Let's go." In all caps.
Thank you for the donation, Luke, but that sucks for me.
It sucks. You suck.
Okay. I don't think I have any more Metroids to kill right here. Maybe there's. Okay, well. Oh no, wait. Can I even come over here right now?
No.
I don't think I can. I can't wall jump up these.
Yeah.
starting to feel that $20 is probably a bit much for this one, so now it's $10 more.
Oh no. I actually can't get up there.
What sucks for you is good for the stream, says Colin.
Yes, that is true. I see on my phone the group chat of me and my friends, and the lobster's like, "Lol, I just got his jump button turned off." Thank you again, Luke.
I was unironically like for space jump. I was joking. I kind of had a feeling that would kind of break you.
Yeah, at least in this area, it's like very required. Yeah. So I actually might need to turn it back on
Jill
and then turn it off.
Jill Curator, I don't know how to say it. Did some emote, popcorn eating emote.
If you're at a section that's required, I can stop the timer and resume it when you turn it off.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. If you pause that, and I can go for a couple more minutes anyway, on top of it, just because the sequence immediately after this does not rely on space jump at all. So I'll tell you when to resume.
All right.
But yeah, unfortunately, we turned that off at a time where it was actually required.
He'll get his full 5 minutes, don't worry.
Yeah. We're gonna try to not use it in this fight, though. Oh, you turned around? Uh-oh. Alright, spam. Mrs. Spam. Please die. Please die. We're continuing in spirit with the space jump challenge. Also, I'm low on health. Relatively. Okay, we're fine. And I think there's one on the right side that I didn't
I
get.
think resetting the timer would be most fair, so it's a full interrupted time period, so it's Colin.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would want to happen.
All right.
Yeah, because the whatever is on the timer right now was me figuring out, is space jump required right here or not. So yeah, I'm more than fine with that. I want to be challenged.
Wait, this isn't challenging enough for you?
Evidently not.
So you're just gonna kill the last Zeta and then resume the time?
I think I'll wait until after I get power bombs, because power bombs are the next thing in this sequence. and they're in like this underground portion right beneath the tower.
So right when you get the power bombs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have an escape sequence through
Yeah.
that, and then after that should be fine. But yeah, right. It's like there's a descent downwards towards power bombs, and it's just like I'm like not jumping there at all ever.
Formula Lobster. Oh, no, my jet screwed it. Oh, no, Formula Lobster said, "Oh, this isn't challenging enough. You need another debuff."
Oh no! I'll take your money, but
Sure, take my money.
yeah, yep. Another Zeta down, and now we head towards power bombs. Yeah. So this earthquake is what I needed to happen, because the required progression from here on out is underneath the lava that's like surrounding the base of this area, and I cannot access it until I kill that Metroid.
Colin says if he takes your money, he has to go through with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is like the third main act of the tower area. We have the very first one where the power's off and we just have to see what we're doing. Then we have the powered on. Now we have going in the basement.
Can the morph ball be turned?
That would be a little bit much.
I don't believe so, because you started in this game. But that would also be awful here because
Yeah,
You-
you're gonna have to
I
escape
see it.
out of here, and if you can't use that, you're just gonna die.
right, it's just okay, I might as well sit here until the timer goes out.
Yeah.
Right.
Why not just slide?
But oh shit.
Can't you just slide?
Oh crap, the morph ball can be turned off.
This isn't dread, you can't slide.
Okay, unironically, no. Morph ball should be.
Can Metroid crawl?
Yeah, why can't Metroid crawl?
Yeah, as funny as turning morph ball off is, it's not really the most interesting one, because it just kind of forces you to stop.
Yeah, at this point in the game at least, just turning off morph ball, yeah, is a bad idea. Because I won't be able to escape this sequence, and I might as well just stand still until the timer goes out.
That would be more interesting in a more open game with a lot more branching paths that you
Right.
get to.
And I'm sure you could, if I gave more thought to it and knew this game better, there could probably be like a certain portion of the game where morph ball could realistically be turned off for like a period of 15 minutes even and have minimal impact on it, but each of the areas in this game like requires a certain combination of the items and varying frequency. So this part is just really bad for space jump and morph ball in particular. I would like to do a minimum items run of this game though. I think that would be really enjoyable.
Friday says all of us back at Gamer HQ are heading off to sleepy times to be ready for the morning, and best of luck with all your late night events.
Yes, thank
Thanks,
you
Friday.
guys for watching.
Yeah, good
And-
night, Friday.
Sleep well.
Hopefully things won't catch on fire while you're asleep.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, here is the power bombs. And in order to escape this
Will it
room...
catch on fire?
Your 5 minutes starts now.
Oh, I can say that.
Will it catch on fire, Red?
Yeah, so I like it. We're in the power cell area of this room, and unfortunately, by the only way you can escape that room is by using a power bomb. And the power bomb blew up the reactor. Not great.
Formula Lob says, or Lobster says, fingers crossed.
Oh, he wants me to die from this. Cheeky bastard.
Colin's got a point. I will be catching on fire a lot in Noida.
Dude, you're gonna permanent fire.
Fire is just a hazard throughout the entirety of that, at least as
So
far as
what
I
do you
know.
have turned off the space jump?
Yes, I've space turned off.
Well, that's funny.
So that's I swear that enemy is like a reference to Am in like Jetpack Joyride, which I think is a reference to something else. I don't know. But it reminds me of that every time I see it.
I don't know what that's like. When I first thought those two, those big robot tank things in the future parts of Terminator.
It honestly might be that might be the common inspiration
Yeah,
because I mean Jetpack Joyride is a mobile game from like 2012 or something like that. It's like that era mobile game.
Noida is probably the most flammable game I know of.
it's really easy to catch on fire in that game.
And not even just you. Like you will accidentally set the entire world on fire.
Jill says, please don't remind me that Jetpack Joyride is over a decade old. And Colin, Jetpack Joyride was the shit. I will agree to that.
I have so many fond memories of like playing Jetpack Joyride.
Colin forced me to get it at one point. I played a little bit of it, but I will say the main theme is pretty good.
The main theme has no right being half of
This game's like everything that's like that.
right. It's a random mobile game. Why?
Yeah, I very often intentionally set things on fire in Noida.
It's very beneficial in some areas. But yeah,
You're
let me
dead.
in, please. Let me in.
It's probably scripted.
Yes. That's the joke.
Open! Yeah.
That is a pretty cool set piece.
So,
Colin says the music was just perfect in Jetpack Joyride.
yeah, I did a really good job. That's not gonna me. But yeah, unfortunately, you are one tap from like everything. So, there's a very nice save station here.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever died after that part, but
Yeah,
the
this-
threat is real.
Yeah, there's this enemy, that while you're over here can be a pain, but it's like scripted to be further left when you come out of the sequence. So you almost never will get hit by it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fun.
There's a cheeky little additional power bomb tank right there.
I do think it is quite disappointing how late you get power bombs in Dread and how they're just basically tools for 100%.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate.
Like, the way Super Metroid implemented them was perfect.
And honestly, in Dread, if we want to criticize that,
Wait, we're criticizing.
yeah,
No,
I'll
that's flat.
I will criticize the again some of the item acquisition in Dread. Why are super missiles in the game? You get them and then like
Yeah,
one
that's true.
literally like in the final upgrade in that same area is ice missiles. So it's really in a weird spot in the progression. I really like the super missiles. They actually do they do a lot of damage. They're great. They're well animated. They look nice. They sound great. There's nothing wrong with them, other than the fact that you have them for like 10 minutes and then you get ice missiles. Not actually 10 minutes, but it's
Your 5 minutes, or you can turn it back on.
all right. Well,
Oh, that's
we are going to keep it off.
what?
We're gonna keep it off for as long as I can bear it.
Okay.
We're gonna try and God gamer this.
Formula Lobster, Nintendo needs more female protagonists. Like, who's this random dude in a power suit?
Yeah,
Excuse me, that is Metroid you're looking at?
and
Don't
he's cool.
disrespect him.
And he's very cool, I'll have you know.
And then Bar
You need to learn how
Mitzvah.
to crawl though.
And then Bar Mitzvah says 10 minutes for you. I don't know if they donated or something.
If not, I'm basically gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, guys, Nintendo needs more female representation. Can you imagine if Zelda was a girl?
Dude, that would be so disappointing. I mean,
Wait a second.
Disappointing. Wait a minute.
what did I say?
Imagine if Zelda was a girl.
Okay, let me through. Powerball, power. Okay.
Well, he's gonna keep up the self-imposed challenge for now, but perhaps if you want to turn something else off. 10 more bows.
Yup. Turn on. Yeah, so this is the area that Zach had been talking about before, the distribution facility. This area of the game is really cool. These enemies are not. They have a lot of projectiles, and these projectiles give you no iframes. So you will get hit for infinity plus 2 damage when you
Based?
Ugh. You get hit for a lot of damage when you run into those. Which is why a certain upgrade in this area is so nice, because it makes you not have to deal with them anymore. This game does a really good job of doing that. It introduces you to a class of enemy that's rather annoying for you to fight, or just difficult. And then it gives you the solution in a really quick, in the next major item that you get. Which, I mean, we pointed it out in Plasma Beam, but that really does happen in a lot of other places in this game. Right down. Into the save station. I need more health.
This is like my favorite track.
It's very nice.
Colin says, so as soon as you get it, we need someone to donate and turn it off immediately.
Oh, that's true. I shouldn't have told you guys that.
Formula Love says this is like a shrine place.
Yeah. Alright, these explosions make me not able to, do things even more than normal. Like, I can't fire my weapons. They're basically a debuff. Come back. Okay, you should, be dead already. Why are you not? He blocked it.
He
He blocked it again!
Issue.
We're mashing. We're mashing.
I'm not sure that those explodey balls would affect that thing as well.
Right.
This isn't fair.
Alright, so I'm not really caring right now, but I'm actually close to dying. I'm not sure it does a lot of damage. I think not.
Here.
I was kind of just not caring, but in the past 15 seconds, I realized, wait a minute. I need to be a little careful. So we're gonna once again refill our energy. I need energy. Gamer fuel.
You want some Mountain Dew?
I could go for Mountain Dew.
Doritos.
I'm gonna need to bring, some coffee or something in the future days of this event. But for the moment, no. Okay. Let me in. Alright. fact, we are headed. No, stop that. Oh god. This is bad. My hubris. Oh my god, I'm being stunlocked against the side of this wall. Oh god, space jump might need to come on.
Nice.
No, I think I'm good. Alright, guys. Blow up, please.
You know.
I almost killed myself.
For a whole 15 health.
Well, yeah, if you had watched my health while that happened, I like took like 2 E-tanks of damage in the span of 0 seconds.
Hell yeah.
It just evaporated. And I think the upgrade is this way. Yeah. Okay. So if space jump comes back on, it's this room. Okay, me through.
You can do it. Blow a power bomb.
That's fair. I like to just beam these guys.
Yeah, I might have to come back out.
It's definitely doable, but it's gonna be really hard. Oh, that was it. Yeah, the space jump might come back on. But if it, yeah. Sorry, guys. This is where I break. If I was doing it like a randomizer and I had to make this jump once, can you really go out? Yeah, if I was doing a randomizer and I had to make this jump a single time, I would have been fine to like repeat there and do it. But because I have to come back up there and get, I'm not. Or maybe I only do need to do it once. Yeah, I think I'm misremembering. So I did only need to do it once. But that's fine. Explode! Yeah, I think this general sequence of these bombs is pretty fun. Contrary to what some people might expect, considering it's like, oh, you need to take time to use only bombs to move this thing around. But it's something that's not used very often in Metroid games. Needing to, you know, walk around something like that. So the fact that AM2R included it is just really cool.
Oh no.
We're good. We were not as good as I thought, but it's fine. Now I won't take any damage.
I was gonna say, if you still take damage, that would be funny.
Maybe I would take one hit from like a really weird angle. But yes, this is Screw Attack, another one of Samus's really well-known abilities, and it is what trivializes this area of the game. I can do that. Yeah, so now we have Screw Attack, a very important ability. And there are some additional abilities we need to get from this area. And I think I can just come in from here and do it.
I think that's Ice King.
Yeah. I know there's a power bomb over this way.
Colin says if he was made of money, he'd have turned it off right now.
Yeah, I believe it. And you know, I'm nice. I like to be informative, so I totally just was like, yeah. I basically spoon-fed the information that if you want to hurt me, this is how you do it. We're not gonna go in that Metroid room right now. This is a slight backtrack that I need to do in order to get that
Oh, yeah,
next
power
upgrade.
Oh wait.
I could have power bombed to get, you know, like the double layer of blocks out, but yeah, this is where I had intended to go. And this is a really nice area because what these morph ball tunnels allow you to do, right? We've used them so far to like travel between different rooms in the area, but what all of these tunnels allow you to do in general is open shortcuts to different areas of the game. Like we're back in the ancient temple, all the way from down there. And there's one in specific, I don't remember which one. Maybe I'll just get all of them. Why not? But there's one specifically that I need to get for later. Is this an exit?
I think so, yeah.
But yeah, so one of these I definitely need to use later. But this one I want to use right now. Because I did forget to get a super missile upgrade while I was here the first time. So we're gonna go get it now. And we get to listen to the nice bass of this track. Yeah, it makes me a little sad that the music was turned off when I turned on the plant, the energy in the tower, because the light, like the first time the lights come on, and this just powerful bass line.
Got a
appears.
$10 donation from Lobster. Disabled screw attack.
Oh no!
And I need to come back there. All right, thank you, Luke. I appreciate the money. I don't appreciate being screwed over. So that is what I needed. Wanted to get to a nice 10 super missiles. I will be getting 14, I think. Though 12 is also really doable. Oh, I don't want
Formula Lobster, I see what you did there.
Yeah. I am full of bad puns. I'm here until 4 a.m. Okay, let me do.
Red and I are here till like what, 5 a.m. I don't want to run exactly. So.
But yes, we've got the old late night shift. Oh right, this is a crumple block. Man, it sure would be really easy to clear out these enemies if I had a certain energy-based attack. One that perhaps replaces Samus's spin jump animation with another one. Oh, if only there was such an item in the game.
Yeah, they really should have added something like that.
So, what I've realized is that in order to get back to that shortcut, I need screw attack in order to open this little area in the wall right here. So thank you, Luke. you actually just really hurt me there.
Well, I got like 3 minutes.
Yeah. I think it's going to be maybe not actually slightly faster to walk all the way back, but in the spirit of the challenge, or not challenge, but in the spirit of the donation incentive, I'm just going to walk all the way back. I did not think that I was going to need to do that, but it wouldn't have been as punishing if I had remembered to get that super missile the first time while I was there. But because I forgot, I needed to come back. He's very pleased with himself for that one. I haven't seen a message, but I'm so confident.
He says my job here is done.
Yep, this is the first true maybe not first true inconvenience, but this is the objective most inconvenience that I've had so far. Other than this enemy. Oh, I should have gotten gravity before I did this. I got a message from him. He's just like, this is fun. Oh god, wait a minute. I'm at 80 HP. This is not great. It's fine now, but... um... Alright, now continuing. Going back through the area, the exact same rooms we went through before because of a certain individual. Oof. Whose names will not be named. I can't even go through this shortcut. Okay, where... Oh nice, I can't get back up there. So
My job here is done.
Yeah. And I will have to wait now for Screw Attack to come back online.
You got 30 seconds.
We'll kill these guys with my trusty plasma beam.
He donates to disable that kid.
But yeah, I physically cannot progress in the game right now without Screw Attack. It was an inconvenience before, and now an impossibility.
What have you done?
Yes, these like 12 tiles right above my head can only be broken with Screw Attack blocks. Or they can only be broken. That would be time. So, sorry Luke that I won't keep this off for longer, but I need it to go. Alright. This is the tower. Did I get the one that I need? Good enough. So I am making sure, I was making sure that I have all of the distribution facility transports unlocked, because that is the shortcut for Genesis.
Genesis?
That is how I intend to really quickly get Genesis. Get to it, at least. Yes, and this is the area right before gravity.
Colin, it would be a shame if it was turned off.
It would
We
be.
only need $10.
At the point, $10. You want to disable something?
Yeah, go wild. Here's the menu.
Colin, don't give him ideas.
But yeah, we are about to get gravity suit.
Disable gravity suit.
And this puzzle is rather interesting. I really like it because it really just disables a bunch of stuff that Samus is able to do. And here is our trusty gravity suit.
Oh no.
And we drain the power, and this is no longer stopping us from doing things. Always appreciated.
Formula Officer says, playing with fire. However, I am a college student.
Yup. We do some dangerous things. And so now we have the gravity suit. And Noah cannot turn it off right now. There is required...
Turn off the berry suit.
Now I'll just reduce my, or will increase my damage. That's what that would do. I should be going up this wall. Yeah, this is something that continued... that carried over from Super Metroid with Space Jump, where you can naturally just space jump infinitely, but in order to get your like additional jumps in the air, you have to wait for Samus to go down a little bit. So still the fastest way to go vertically in any room is by wall jumping. Gonna be a problem. No. Go into the thing. Invite me power. And now finally we get to fight the
If
Metroid.
levels up 1, we will also increase the item completion requirement.
That's true.
Yes, I will have to. I think the only way I can check that is from the main menu. But I don't think I'm there at the moment. Obviously, I'm not at the main menu. I don't think I'm at 65% items. And this is the Alpha Metroid room, which
Do power bombs work?
I could turn power bombs off.
No, maybe they work in this room.
Oh, I don't think power bombs damage Metroids.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, it's just missiles, pretty much. Okay, guys.
It's time to stop.
Yeah, I was really lackadaisical with my super missiles, and usually you like get all but one. I did not get all but one. And now they're just body blocking me in like the worst way possible. This is what makes me feel like I'm bad at the game. Because it's just, I'm face tanking these guys. I don't feel like I've learned much. That. Please die. Please die. I want to progress. Let me get to the rest of the game, please. Thank you. Alright. Yes. Yeah. This area is kind of funny in that, right, there were 7 Metroids in this area, but it's like basically only 3 because that room is just the only one that you need to find and you get 5 out of the way. Okay, let me jump.
No. No jumping.
There's... Oh no, I'm gonna do that. I want to grab some more power bombs. I don't really need them, but I don't need them to beat the game. I need them for the donation incentive now.
Maybe if these missiles didn't bounce like Nerf darts, they would work better.
That is very true.
That was kind of funny how they just bounce off things that they don't.
Right? It's right. They don't even like just cut out. They bounce, and I think that's really funny. I really like it actually. Yeah, it's very unexpected, but it's funny, and for that I really appreciate it. How are we doing on time? We have an hour left. Reasonable.
You're pretty close to the end, right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay, guys, stop. I fired that one too early.
Pretty soon you'll be on to the Omegas.
Yes.
The what?
The Omega Metroid.
Oh no, not the Omega.
Okay.
It's a good visual for the missiles doing no damage, but also looks a bit silly.
Mm-hmm.
Calling being base.
I don't think anyone caught it, but I was about to get, the two super missile kill on one of these guys, but the other one, like, hit me. So I didn't fire the missile, and then it queued the missile to fire after I got pushed out of the way.
I think it might have been better if the bouncing missile spread was a crumpled missile.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure.
I can get behind that.
Oh, here we go.
Like, no boss. No bosses. And it's funny, when I got to this point while I was practicing AM2R again for the first time, I completely forgot how to do like this area, so I was so confused. Because I knew that those like vertical blobs, you need to kill them. Like the only way you can go past them is by using this ice beam. Like you freeze them and then you hit them with a missile. And that's the only way you can beat them.
Oh, no.
But I forgot about the passageways above. What's this?
It is time.
Oh, I don't have any super missiles.
I think they actually, I forget if Milton did or if the community did, but they did do a lot of response. I think the community gave him the speed booster to reflect him in
In water?
fusion.
Oh.
I don't know if that was a community thing or a Milton thing. But yeah, in the latest patch, he does have the speed. They did it because A, lore relevance, and B, the fight was too easy.
Yeah. Because honestly, you can just kind of like camp this central platform and then he'll come around. We've got cool theme though.
Looks like this is the one. Looks like that was a community update.
Roger says, "Is this Colgera?"
What?
Is this Colgera?
Well,
The-
yeah. What is that?
That is the one of the bosses in Tears of the Kingdom.
Uh,
And also a personal favorite of his. There we go. I really heard
that
on
must
this.
have been a community update then.
Yeah, and I can't say it was an undeserved one. Because that boss is...
I would very much highly recommend getting the community update app so you can actually play like the fully updated version of this game because it's a different experience to say the least. I think so Paradigm Gamer went over in his R&R video on this game about a lot of the changes.
Yeah, I know there are a lot of good ones. Oh, this is stupid. One of the few times where I realized after I did my Shine Spark that I kind of wanted to bonk. I had to come back and grab this.
But yeah, one of the better changes was the new 16:9 ratio and enhanced music.
They added even more music?
No, they enhanced the music. Essentially, Milton before the DMCA was planning on making the OST, like the full-on soundtrack, and he went back when doing it and enhanced some of the music.
Oh.
And while that OST was made
Oh.
and released, the community in an update replaced the old tracks with the new updated tracks. And I forget if it's, but I do think it's actually a toggle, so you could have either or.
That's actually really interesting.
They're small enhancements, but like they're like just some tweaks.
But yeah, that's really interesting that you mentioned that because I have like to my computer.
Oh, hey, Allie.
Hello.
Is Ellie on?
Yeah, she just said hello in chat.
Ah, that's nice. But yeah, one of the I have on my laptop downloaded the AM2R soundtrack, and I wondered why some of the songs that appeared in there were different from what I'd experienced in the game.
Yeah.
And so that is the reason why.
Well, Milton Guazi was the sound engineer, so.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's no wonder the music is so good. But now he's a game designer. a level designer more like.
I mean,
That's what that's what Moon Studios picked him up to do for Ori. He was under his level designer credits.
killed it. Must admit, killed it. Jump.
I would say you should have had him do the music, but it would be different.
Good enough. He still brought a lot to the team. More of my friends are laughing at me. In our group chat. They are laughing at my misfortune.
As friends do.
As friends do, yes.
They want him to have even more misfortune.
Right.
Because they want another ability.
Hey, speaking of which, Red, why don't you explain to them what we're all about?
Well,
And why you should donate to make him suffer. Well, aside from making him suffer.
Aside from because it's
I
fun.
mean, that is a good reason, but the real reason we're here is we're in support of the Stonewall Community Foundation, which is an organization with a mission towards reducing violence towards the LGBTQ plus individuals, and is a leading force in reducing homelessness in these communities. I don't know why that always gets me. Consider donating by clicking the link below to our Streamlabs page.
Yes, please, and you'll get to have him suffer.
$10 and you can have him disable an ability for 5 minutes.
Another ability gone.
Also, Ali, my favorite Metroid game is Dread, easily. Sorry, Super Metroid fans.
Yeah,
I'm assuming all of us are Dread.
I mean, I speedrun the game. I don't know how many hours I have in it, but
Dread game.
I'm Super Metroid is definitely, I think, my second favorite Metroid game.
Dread just still to this day blows me the hell away.
It's incredible.
The fact the game is exists and the quality that it's in is something I still can't comprehend to this day. You can do it. Oh, ball bursts in this?
Yep. Okay, we're gonna try something sneaky.
Ooh.
There we are. Was that more steps than was necessary? Yes. Was it also the easiest thing for me to do? Also,
Kinda.
yes. I mean,
I love, speaking of Shine Spark puzzles, oh my god, the ones in Dread.
I said it before earlier, but Speed Booster and Shine Spark is like the best it's ever been in Dread.
Yes.
It's the easiest to use.
This is Mercury, Steam. Where was this when you made your other games?
Right, they went from having no Shine Spark at all and no Speed Booster at all to
Still respect Samus Returns. I'm more talking about like Mirror Fey, Lords of Shadow 1 and 2.
Gotcha.
I agree, Ali. Ignoring how good a game it is, the history behind Red makes it much more incredible. I will agree to this. And it being so good is what makes it such an incredible story.
I will say one other thing that I really like about what Dread brought back to the Metroid franchise, that like really the only other like part that it's in is Super, is tying Speed Booster to a button.
Yes.
Right? I mean, in Super Metroid, right, you have a run button, which is its own thing. But in every other Metroid game, there's like no button for it. You can't just control it. You have to, even in this game, you have to run for a bit, and then Speed Booster eventually activates.
I think after playing Dread, I think Dread kind of did ruin games like AM2R, especially in that regard.
there's enough quality of life, and it just plays well enough that you're like, well, I don't want to go back.
It's funny because there's some quality of life stuff AM2R has that makes it harder for me to go to the others.
Right. It is a two-way street.
I want to go back to not having a morph ball button.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Where have these guys been this whole game?
Getting destroyed.
They survived this long, apparently.
That's true.
Oh, come on, please.
No. How much extra damage does that do?
A lot. I need to not miss any.
Also, the aiming in Dread is also very, very missed in other games. I remember when I initially played Dread, I was like, yeah, it's basically Samus Returns, but more refined. And then actually 100% plays the game. Okay, now it's literally the best metric.
Right.
And then I gave Samus Returns another unfair shot, and there's a lot of good, but a lot of annoying things. It's not as annoying or bad as I remembered it, but I do feel like so much of its bigger issues, Dread just easily fixed. Like, good God, Dread just easily fixed so much of my biggest issues with Samus Returns.
I did a really good job.
They did a very good job. But I will say this. Samus Returns, best Ridley fighting series.
I can get behind that.
I don't know, yeah, Metroid 1, which is... It exists. When do I think Prime 4 will release? Sometime this year. Or early next year. You had that, and then you had Super Metroid, which was, I mean, a fine fight in its own right, but it was fine. Fusions was okay. Front Meta really was a little bit annoying. Zero Missions was just supers. Yeah, all the really fights are just kind of meh. I mean, Other Ends is bad, but no, Dread's, I mean, Samus Returns is just really good.
Samus Returns is a game that not a lot of people like to talk about. Or rather,
It's so
they,
contentious, and I don't get why.
they like to say a lot of bad things about that game, and while I am not
They
tempted
ruined
to-
the atmosphere. Okay.
I'm admittedly I'm not very tempted to play it again, or no, that I'm not tempted really hard to very much to play it again, but I absolutely appreciate a lot of the ideas
Yes.
that Mercury Steam started to flesh out. There's a lot of good in that game.
Yeah, Mercury. I would say Samus Returns was much better as a stepping stone for something greater, which is a lot to appreciate in my opinion. Like the free aim, the melee count, which Dread just fits so well. And just more of the combat emphasis gameplay. I think, yeah, Mercury's. I think upon initial inspection, Mercury's Steam was a very odd choice when you consider how middling Mirror of Fate was. I haven't played it yet, but yeah. And how the Lords of Shadow games are usually not seen that favorably, but I mean, hey, if Sakamoto saw something in Mirror of Fate, then good on him, but hey, they gave us Dread, I'll take it. Even if they do have shitty work practices with the way Dread was developed, but whatever. I guess, unfortunately. Also, isn't Dread like the first Metroid 2D Metroid game to not be directed by Sakamoto?
What was his role in it then?
Producer.
Oh, okay. I think you're right about that.
Or you know what? I don't think he directed. He probably didn't direct Samus.
Was a thin nest with like 3 Omegas in it.
Yep. Yes, this is the area of the game quite simply titled The Nest. It is still very dark. Pretty cool. I like it. I think this is an extremely memorable area of the game. Mostly because of how unique it is compared to a lot of the other like era designs.
Nice.
Yeah, it's clearly looking at you, but doesn't attack until you get close enough.
Yeah, it's really fun. You can kind of just line up that initial shot to the chest.
Get that weak point.
Come
He's just
on!
opening them up for you.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't know why I have it in this loop, but I do. Okay, now it's gone. Or not. Or yeah, go over there.
What are you doing, bro?
What is happening? I've never seen that before.
There.
But yeah, that's what happens when you hit the majority of your super missiles. You have a good time. But that was some of the most jank Metroid movement I've ever seen in this game. And we've talked about it a couple times. There's some jank stuff.
Thank you.
So I'm not interested in dying to another Omega, so we come back and get super missiles.
And I always go back to the save each time, and I usually have a lot more items.
Yeah, there honestly aren't that many more super missiles that you can get at this point in the game. There are a couple, and a few if you like really backtrack. But in general, the super missiles are the most helpful thing, and there aren't that many more to get. But missiles, though, you go up to like 250 missiles in this game, and I neglect them quite a bit. And I probably will need to go back and get a bunch. Alright, where is... Something so rude about the Omegas is that, like, the jump attack that just makes Samus fall to the ground. Like, it doesn't hurt you, you just fall over. Like that.
But you got hurt.
Well, because I was close enough to it. There we go.
Cluster bombs.
Yep.
It's a mental attack, says the monster.
It is. It again makes it just feel like you're playing bad. I mean, you did get hit by something, but it knocks you over and it stops you from, being able to do damage, like, in that weakness. So, not great. We are headed to the last Omega in this area. Because, yes, they really did just decide, screw it, you're fighting nothing.
Oops, all Omegas.
Oops, all Omegas.
I think the original did that too, right?
I think so. That was an awful shot. That was another
Oh yeah,
awful
it is
shot.
also worth noting the lead up, the last area. There is a point where you're just going up hills. And Milton unironically said, "I literally didn't want this to be copy paste from the original, but I didn't have much time. I wanted to finish the game and patch it later." Oops.
Which is acceptable. Or understandable.
Oh, so could you fill us in on what exactly is going on with the Metroids, are they like attached to the creatures in this place? I don't know the Metroid games all that well.
No, they are the creatures. They've just evolved.
In most games, Metroids are just those, flying jellyfish things, but in Metroid 2 they showed their various evolutions, which I think, at least implied in lore, they can only do that on their home planet, SR388, which is why in other games when they're off planet they don't. Or at
Wait,
least that's
but
the
there's
explanation.
but you find an Omega in Fusion.
But that's like simulating the
Oh
environment.
yeah.
That's the explanation I've heard. Because I always thought it was weird.
It is kind of right. It's kind of weird how it's just, well, evolving is apparently a thing that Metroids do. Why do we not see it anywhere else?
I also find it weird that like they get weaker because now they lose their weakness to cold, but you can just shoot them with missiles now.
Right. Which kind of seems like a negative overall.
Yeah, and it's like
Game design.
like in terms of the original Metroid 2, it's just that kind of a weird progression. It's like you get all these stages, and then the final one is like, oh, it's just a normal one, but that's the the scary one because you need ice dedicated.
Right. But yes, the life cycle of a Metroid is a very curious thing, which is just made even worse by the fact that they're artificial life forms.
And then there's the weird Omega in Fusion that he's weak to ice.
But others aren't.
I don't know, it's weird. But
That's not to take it too seriously.
Metroid.
you do have to keep in mind that the original Metroid 2 was a Game Boy game.
Right. That is quite some time ago.
Yeah, calling the Metroids just are feeding when they attach to things and drain their energy.
He said, or is that just what they do when they can't evolve?
No, that's like that's both a mix of like feeding and attacking, because they have a big reason why a lot of places like the Federation, or like a lot of factions like the Federation, the reason in later Metroid games, the reason why they want Metroid so bad is because of their inherent like energy manipulation properties. Like
They can weaponize them.
yeah, they do some really weird and powerful things with energy, like just draining your energy whenever it touches you. And that's why people try to weaponize them. When they attach, that's how they do their drain abilities. Alright, so we
I
have
think
arrived.
this is the area I was talking about that Milton's Wazen said he felt a little bit bad about just copy pasting from the original.
Alright, so we are at 49%. That is a little less than 65%. So that
Did
is
we
something
make
I
the
need to do.
incentive for him to do 65?
We did.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah, so
Don't
first,
most Metroid games just have 100 items in them?
So,
Oh,
are you going to fight Genesis now?
Oh,
yeah. I forgot to get this shortcut back to the distribution center, but that is fine. I am still relatively close to where Genesis is.
Wait, did you said you did get, we didn't meet the incentive for you to do 65%.
That's at $700. We're at
Oh.
680.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, I thought we did make it.
No. I mean, you could if someone wants to donate.
And I mean, what's that? What time is it? It's shy of 11:30, isn't it?
Yep.
11:22.
Yeah. So I honestly, after I do this Genesis, unless I die a million times to it, which I haven't fought this boss in a while. I don't remember how to fight it actually. So
I don't remember
maybe I'll
it being
die.
particularly tough. So.
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't fought in Genesis at all.
I think if I just pelt it with supers, we'll be fine. But
You must hear open wide. Here comes the supers.
but yeah, regardless, unless I spend an hour trying to beat it, then I plan to go around and try and just get some random items, and hopefully get closer to 65. Anyway, just to fill some of the time. So we come over here, we do a power bomb,
Yo.
and we can go up.
I increase the speed of that. That feels like it's going up a lot faster.
No, this one goes up extremely fast in comparison to any other metro or any other elevator, like anywhere.
I feel like the original release of this that didn't go that fast. It's been a while since I played it, so I don't know.
Well, this is the 1.1 version of the game, so maybe it didn't.
No.
Oh, is this that looks like a reference to Fusion. The Fusion cuts.
It is.
Oh.
I don't actually know how high I need to get up here.
You got this.
Don't bonk
Will
on the
he
ship.
bonk? Will he bonk?
No, I'm good. I am good. We zooming.
Zoomy woomies. He bonks.
And there we are. It's an additional power bomb tank. Do I really need that right now? No, but there's a power bomb tank. So now we are inside the ruins of a ship called the GFS Ta. It's got some pretty cool art in it, honestly. Blowing around. Got some dead people. And then we'll go back and go up the elevator. But yeah, the story of this ship is this is like, you know, a prior expedition that happened to SR-388. And I did not mean to do that. But also you can just go up these. It's a nice big room. A recreational area. We also have another reference. A nice little fusion reference in the way that the save station is.
The door in the background is like one of the Prime games.
Right.
And also we saw it in the background, but the shape from Prime 2.
That is right. That's basically just what this area is. It's one big reference. And it's awesome. Uh-oh.
Are you doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm building tension. Do I have to explode something?
Don't you fight it in like a different room?
This is the room that you fight it in, I'm pretty sure.
Powerbomb.
I'll try. Okay, power bomb. It's supposed to be in the ceiling. Oh, I guess I just I didn't go close enough to the door.
Oh, alien reference.
But did that not hit? Did I not hit it while it's on the ceiling? Okay, it definitely got hit there. Eat. Does this work? No. Oh, you can die. I have... Okay.
Yes.
I was literally just about to say, I have no idea how much health you're supposed to have, but please go away. And there is the Genesis. Fun little hidden boss that I know I didn't find on my first playthrough.
Genesis. Yeah, nothing for doing it. Good job.
Oh, you get an E-Tank. It's not where I'm supposed to go. Yeah, honestly, the E-Tank is the biggest reward here. Well, sorry.
Good night, Allie.
Yeah, good night. Get some rest. I know I need rest.
No, we'll do our best, Allie.
But yeah, so we now have Genesis done, and all that is left is the final boss in the final area. I could waste a little more time. We do have half an hour until we expected to do Noida. So
Pretty malleable event anyway, so.
yeah,
It's just
honestly, right? I can end early, and Noida can start a little early. It's very. That's what we'll do. Because I'm over here thinking like, oh yeah, it would be really nice to end closer to the desired time, but doesn't look like we need to. In the wrong way. But yes, now that we have killed the fun little alien reference, it's really a fusion reference, but the alien reference, we can return to the actual final boss of the game. In the final area, the genetics lab.
what can I say? I really like the ice beam in this game.
It's real, and they both the animation or the animation of the beams itself, and what it does to some of the enemies in the game. They did again a really good job with it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of like recent prey type weapons in games that are quite as satisfying as just shooting a flying enemy and it falls and shatters.
Right? Oh, go in!
Never really a fan of the ice beam in the other two games, just because unless you were using enemies for platforms, it was just an extra time you had to hit the enemy.
Right.
For that, I like ice missiles better.
I agree. Something fun I found out recently about this game. You can explode a bomb by shooting it with a missile early. That's actually used in speedruns of this game in certain locations. Ominous. Oh. Oh, give me super missiles.
Also, kinds of add a interesting twist to these guys. It's now they have gravity when they're frozen.
Right. Instead of just freezing in place. But yes, these guys are very annoying if you latch onto them. But they have a really good sound effect in this game. It's like the most. Oh yeah, well here look I'm demonstrating. Oh god, do not get off me, please.
Do not get off.
That was an amalgamation of do not do that and get off me. There we go. But yes, they have this like really deep humming for their like the life steal effect. and it's really cool. I really like it. I just watched him slide. I was so surprised by seeing it. I just let the other one grab me. Did I kill the other one? Do I have to re-enter the room? I think I did something really... Wait,
Turn in farther.
because I can't leave.
No.
I can't leave and the Metroid isn't here.
Did it like click through the wall?
Something bad just happened to that Metroid. Alright, well... We're gonna have to reload. Because the Metroid that I need to kill to get out of that room just disappeared.
This is why we say.
Oh, yes. And honestly, that's like exactly how marathons work in general. The sentence, I've never seen that before. If you're in a marathon, someone's gonna say it. That's never happened before. At some point, at some time, it's gonna happen.
It says probably isn't supposed to slide like that and click through the wall.
Yeah, I was, like I said, I was so surprised by seeing it just slide the entire length of the room. I was dumbfounded, and I just stared and watched it happen. I was like, what are you doing? Oh, man. Not down here again. Not down here again. Oh, really? He's throwing for content.
Colin said he might have frozen it just the wrong time and had weird physics because of that. If it happens again, resist. Just kill it.
Okay, well, I'm not in the best spot. I'm slightly low on resources.
But that
Not
was
too much.
the last one.
Hello.
Why doesn't the queen count towards the guy?
No clue.
I love what they did with the spike in here.
I'm assuming you're killing it the cool way, right?
Yes, please do that.
We can indeed.
That should have been an incentive.
That was one I thought about, but I figured most people would just choose, the powerbomb route.
No, do Powerball route as an incentive job. Like, not choose how you do it, just...
Fair enough, the way I thought of it is they'd be able to choose missiles and powerbomb. But that would have made more sense.
Yeah, so to make sure I don't mess it up, when I'm in the mouth, I just don't fire any missiles in there. Is that it?
I also love this reading.
And also talking about Sprite.
Right. Talking about a sprite upgrade. And this is what I did not want Ice Beam to be turned off for, because this fight is honestly trivialized by it. You get so many resources.
Yeah.
and Queen Metroid destroying this beautiful architecture.
How dare she?
Extremely rude.
Oh damn.
I just skipped that phase because I had 6 supers. Yeah, not again.
Still, I still like the Samus Returns fight. Like that was good fun.
I agree.
It is a shame that game was so contentious. I think it's so much of it isn't really warranted.
There are definitely things to criticize with the game, but you know, this is people on the internet. Hello. Goodbye.
Oh. Oh my god, the community update. I think they actually. As I remember hearing it, they actually made it.
Not a very good idea to eat Sims.
I think the community update, one of the community updates actually made that a lot more graphic.
Oh.
Like actual intestines. I have to see this.
But yes, you can fire missiles into the queen's mouth, or you can get eaten and kill her in a very gruesome way. And now we have the baby.
The baby.
We love the baby. If you do not love the baby, you may leave.
I'm gonna pack it in. I'll see you guys.
Oh man.
It's like you're gonna have to play Doom for him.
True casual playthrough of Doom.
You're really not. I swear, I thought they made it a lot more graphic. I'll have to see it.
Thank you, baby. Just running with my kid. Don't mind me.
Sure, he's eating a lot.
He's a hungry little fella. And I don't exactly know what that is, but it's tasty, it would seem. So we're fine. Just nom on it. Clean it up. Eat all your food.
Yeah, I always wait for it to eat all instead of just going on.
Thank you, baby. We're off to my ship. So you will never have to see this godforsaken planet ever again.
Don't worry, we'll blow it up soon.
Yep, in the next game, don't worry.
I love how they ended the game with the last activity. The galaxy is at peace. That was so great.
And that, my friends, is another Metroid 2 remake. Definitely slower than I anticipated, but very fun.
No, they didn't. Huh.
Yeah, this is a great game.
Yeah, it looks like when it comes to the community updates with the Powerball method, they might have actually. I might have been mistaken. I swear I remember hearing something like that. I'll have to. Maybe it's in Expo's video.
Ooh, and that is a 4-hour event done. I didn't know how much it turned.
Yeah, I can't see the count for a little.
Gotcha. But yes, thank you guys for tuning into this event. We now are gonna take another brief, hopefully brief intermission,
Oh,
and yeah, and set up Noida. So thank you for again watching another Metroid remake, another Metroid 2 remake, and we'll start setting up Noida.
Want us to go to intermission now or wait for the credits?
I'm okay with waiting for the credits.
Sure.
It's a great piece. I prefer. I will say that Samus Returns, they nailed it with the credits music. I do think Samus Returns is a great.
The OG couch cam is back.
Oh yeah, the 1.55 update. They also added a Game Boy filter.
So you got your. How would you not skip this? Oh, that is scripted. She's smiling at the kid, but she's stealing. Don't mind her.
I never played these games fast enough to get the. Every time I play it, it's just her strolling with it.
And yes, we end how Super Metroid begins. It's a really
Which is a
lovely,
really awesome ending.
a lovely touch.
Oh yeah, I don't know if Milton did it or the you know what, based on this, it was a community update then. But they added an extra cutscene of literally the Samus Returns cutscene at the end with the X parasites.
Oh,
I think that I don't think that was inspired by Samus Returns. I think they just added it before they added that before Samus Returns came out. And whenever that cutscene happened, they were like, "Wow, that's wonderful."
yeah, that's really fun.
All right. Well,
For real this time.
yeah.
It is a good baby. Yes,
Go
Colin, it is a
to
good baby.
intermission, and we'll see you in a minute.
Yes.
I'm going to tell Colin it was a good baby. It saved you in the next game.